Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Slumdog Gaming. This is Joe, aka Berserker Lizard. I'm going to be doing another personal favorite game of mine. I'm going to be doing Metal Gear Solid 2. But don't worry, I'm not going to do any clips of Raiden in this review. I'm just going to keep it Solid Snake and mostly on the tanker. So what's there to say about this game that hasn't already been said? Well, not very much at all. It's going to be very difficult for me to just pinpoint anything that hasn't been said or anything like that. That's going to be really difficult with the Metal Gear games in general. Okay, but Metal Gear Solid 2. I know this game is mostly hated because of the cinematic scenes of it being too long. The other thing that was a huge disappointment to everybody was the fact that you're not Solid Snake through the whole entire game. You're mostly riding through probably 93% of the game. The difficulty in this game can be from so easy that you beat it in like 3 hours to so difficult that you can't even beat the first boss. The unlockable content and stuff can be from the bandana and stealth, camouflage, which I've never been able to unlock any of that because I didn't have enough patience
We
to
had
do what has
classified
to be done to
intelligence
get
that
all of
any-type
that.
Metal Gear was scheduled for transport. The whole thing stank, but our noses had been out in the cold too long.
The cinematic scenes for Metal Gear Solid 2 were very impressive back in 2001. This was definitely a game that can be compared with Metal Gear Solid 4. Like when that came out for the PS3, it was very jaw-dropping that the graphics would be as good as they were, and they still hold up to this day. Well, it's the same thing as Metal Gear Solid 2. It still holds up to this day, and if you have a PS3 or an Xbox 360, I would highly suggest you get the HD edition, which is what I did with this review, to make it look as good as I could on my TV and for the material that I had to do this review. Now, for instance, like, if you look at Snake's eyeballs in some of the cinematic scenes, they look a little bit glassy. You can see sort of like a reflection from his eyes. A lot more facial hair texture. The suit that he has doesn't look like it's pasted onto his body.
He'll know soon enough.
And the other thing about this game that's really interesting is that it feels like you're right there with Snake. You feel the adrenaline. You feel the danger. You feel that if you get caught, you know that you're gonna die from, like, 70 soldiers being right there coming to kill you. The AI in this game are a little bit smarter than Metal Gear Solid 1 AI, but they're not really someone you want to mess with. They have more advanced weaponry this time with AKs, M4s, shotguns, bulletproof shields, and they're a lot smarter this time. They can find you in lockers. Even if you've escaped them for a while, they're smart enough to open up the lockers or look underneath tables or anything like that. Follow your blood trail if you're wounded and you don't have a bandage. They can find you like that. The realistic factors that I like the most about this game is the fact that you're on this tanker and that It's extreme weather. It's really rainy. It looks like almost like a Category 1 hurricane is about to hit. And if you look away from the tanker across the bay, you see all the buildings. It looks like that they're visible and they don't look pasted on or anything like that. They actually look like real buildings. You see all the lighting and everything else. One of the extra bonuses you're able to do is you're able to take one of the soldiers and throw him off the side of the tanker. I always thought that was funnier than hell. Just watching him drop in the water and Snake's just like, oh yeah, I just dropped you to your death, fuck you. If you have the patience, you can find little funny bonuses like this. And I also like it with these type of scenes where it's nice and quiet, you have no idea what's gonna happen, and at any time you can get caught. The extra little bonuses, of course, is that you can find naked girls, pictures of them, all over the place, whether they could be far away on another building, or up close like this in lockers. Yeah, I'm pretty naughty doing that.
Who's there? Who's that? Enemy sight. Over there.
Like, look at everything they got right there they sent after me. Guys with shotguns and just the AKs and everything. They're just going all out on my ass trying to kill me. It's crazy. And of course you got your classic neck cracks. Breaking everyone's neck right then and there. It's always fun to do all that.
Freeze.
So I hold up this guy right here. Right. Now, usually 9 times out of 10 you can get anything you want out of him. But this time, check this out.
If you're going to shoot, then shoot me. And you shoot.
Usually this is what happens when you get someone. You hold them up. They get all afraid and stuff. They don't want you to shoot them.
Don't kill me.
Yeah, this guy, I'm gonna shoot him in the dick.
Snake, did you find out where that ship
And
is
now the
headed?
codec calls are a lot more advanced in graphics. You're able to see
More than
full
500 miles off
motion with their mouths
out
and
in the middle
stuff
of
of
the
each word
Atlantic.
that they're
So
saying.
the
Or
prototype
at least it
unit
looks
for
like it.
solar
It looks
testing.
pretty
It's
realistic.
basically combat worthy.
And the little bonus
That area
features,
is
you're able to
outside
zoom
the
in on
city's
their eyes and
operational
like
range, too.
move the
It
camera
must be a
around.
standalone Marine
Just
Corps
to kill a
project.
little bit of time
Let's use
while
this
you're hearing a boring conversation or anything like that. That's pretty cool.
Hands over your head. Now. Toss your gun overboard. Slowly. A woman. Show your face.
You men, you're all the same.
Who are
Well,
you?
no shit, it's a woman snake. You can see the boobs and everything, but I guess you need glasses. Who knows?
Wanderers.
I said don't move.
Americans. You shoot women too.
I know that too. What else do you have there? Take the knife and toss it. Hold that position. Now, turn around.
You know what you're doing.
Now, like I said before, when it comes to the cinematic scenes with the graphics being in HD and everything else, if you look closely,
It's so clean.
like with their eyes right there,
Not too shabby, is it?
they look a lot more advanced in graphics. And of course her armpits, which are hairy and nasty. And the slow motion of the bullet next to Snake's head.
It's my life, my family.
Now with this Metal Gear you have anything and then more. The boss battles are a little more intense. The bosses are a lot more smarter. They can dodge your bullets. They can come at you at fast speeds and you're unable to keep up with them, and they can take a lot of damage from you. European Extreme Mode. This is where I got stuck. I can't even beat this woman on European Extreme Mode, but every other difficulty I was able to beat her. It wasn't that difficult. But needless to say, the AI with the bosses is a lot more advanced and straightforward. And what I also like too with this review that I did was that I was able to beat her on the right side of the tanker, where she's at the box. Usually when you beat her, she's on the left side of the tanker and she's on a railing hanging there, and then she falls over. But it was pretty cool that I was able to get her at the box and then she falls over and then you get her pistol. So that doesn't happen very often unless you calculate it correctly and just end up taking her out on the right side. But you don't tend to think of it that way. So with this part right here where I'm riding, this is where I'm the most disappointed with Snake because I can't get past this part. It's on hard mode. Snake is pretty much a dumbass in this part. He keeps on getting hit and he's getting killed. Like, it should be the opposite. It should be Snake being alive and Ryan dying constantly. But anyways, my final thoughts about Metal Gear Solid 2. I know I didn't have very much interesting stuff to say about this review. This is a very difficult subject to talk about with gaming because everybody's already said what's had to be said, pretty much. If you're in this game for the gameplay and the action and the things that you're able to do, like extras, that's a lot of fun. But if you're in it for the story, it's just extremely confusing, and there's so much being told at once that it's easy to get confused and to criticize over this game because of everything that's being said story-wise with a huge amount of detail. But plenty of gameplay value and plenty of replay value, definitely. And plenty of weapons, plenty of enemies, a lot of exploring, and a lot of fun. This is Joe from Slumdog Gaming, aka Berserker Lizard. I hope you like this review. Like and subscribe. And I'm hoping that I'll be able to bring out more solo videos and bring out more videos with me and Mike soon. So, have a good one.